Everybody wants to get their business booming locally and globally, and Books to Boom Your Business brings to you authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who have powerful books that will make and keep your business and your personal lives booming. Welcome to the show, Books to Boom Your Business. Woo-woo! It's a great day in every way, and I'm your show host, Dr. Lotus Riché, and today have I got a treat for you. You know how children are going to school every day, and they are inundated with so many different impressions of what life should be, who they should be, what sport they should play, what group they should hang out with. Well, you know, sometimes it takes them to move from one perspective to the other. And today I have a phenomenal guest by the name of Dr. Paul Miller. He is an award-winning author, #1 bestseller actually in Amazon. He also has recently spoke at Oxford University with his book tour, From the Gutter to Greatness. But today he is sharing his new debut book that has already hit #1 best-selling author. And so as you come in, go ahead and use your phone, tag a friend, and tell them to come in, because you're going to see me doing the same thing. I'm going to be tagging people, and so should you. He's going to come today, and he's going to share a phenomenal book with us, The Hood Me and the Good Me. And now you've got to dig deep into this book to really understand what it means. Be sure to let us know where you're coming in from so we can shout you out. So let's go ahead backstage and grab Dr. Paul Miller. We'll be right back. Welcome to the launch of The Good Me and the Hood Me. Please welcome Amazon's #1 best-selling author, Dr. Paul Miller. Welcome, and welcome. Dr. Paul Miller is in the house. How are you, Dr. Paul?
I am doing wonderful today. I am happy to be here.
And you know, I'm happy to be here too. And so again, y'all can hear that voice going on. Folks, make sure you share this out because you don't want to miss this. And make sure you take notes because Dr. Paul Miller is the man with the plan. So Dr. Paul, it's so great to see you. We just had a fabulous weekend this weekend at the Ignite Your Life for Life Summit when Men Excel, and you were one of the featured speakers. You did a phenomenal job, and you also debuted your book, From the Gutter to Greatness, but you also debuted your number one bestseller on Amazon, where you held for 4 weeks strong in multiple categories. So how was that for you to make it #1 bestseller in multiple categories?
You know, it's an honor and a blessing to reach that status, because my main goal for this is to reach as many kids and people as possible, and hopefully they are able to identify with what's going on in the book and utilize it to help them and potentially even change their life. You know, there was a book that I read a long time ago that was very similar, that I followed the format, and that book really was something that I've remembered all my life. And I want this book to be, I want The Good Me and the Hood Me to be that for them.
You know, I remember when we were in London together, and you shared with me that you had this children's book. And I recall even at that time when you had your From the Gutter to Greatness book, you were still working with children. I saw you taking pictures with kids over there and doing some great work. How was that for you to know that you're working with kids here as an educator and helping multiple schools, but also that you were able to go over to London, a whole nother country, and still connect with the children?
Well, you know, I've been in education for about 25 years. So it's, to me, it's always been about the kids. And interesting enough, this is my first kids book. And so a lot of the reason why is because I've always felt that part of the reason that education has its struggles is usually because of the adults. And so my goal has been, how do we help fix adults? How do we help support adults so they can be better for kids? But this one was directly for the kids. And this one is directly speaking to them, for them, with them, and about them. And so that's what this is about, to try to reach the youth and try to help them make the right decisions to be the people that they're meant to be in the world, in a world that's filled with a lot of chaos often.
Wow, that's simply amazing. Well, Dr. Miller, I share with the folks that you're educated, you're a speaker, you're author, you're recently a Community Service Award winner for the work you did in Paterson, New Jersey at the Paterson Public Library. So with all these accolades, how do you even find time to write a children's book?
It's honestly is when it's on my soul and my spirit, right? And so when I wrote From the Gutter to Greatness, it was on my spirit, and like something tells me when it's time to write another book, and I hear it, I feel it, and it was something pushing, said, nope, you need to create a children's version of this, and you need to put that together. And actually, I started writing. The initial draft of the book was written on a flight to go see my kids in Atlanta. So I was on a Delta flight, and I was going to see my kids, and the spirit moved me to, instead of watching the TV or a free movie, I decided to write the children's book. And then there's a whole process, that goes into creating it and taking it from the paper to actual book, which is it's a little more complicated for children's book than it is for adult books. But but it was the spirit moved me, and the spirit moved me, and it was just something that I felt in my soul that I needed to do, because I knew my adults book was going to be helping people all over the world, and the little whisper said, you need to do this for kids.
Wow, that's awesome, because it does take a special person to take the time out, because I've spoke to you on multiple occasions, and you are not a busy person, you are a productive person, but to just stop and really search your soul deep inside and hear the wisdom from on high and take that time to do it. So that's sensational. So I want to take a moment for those of you that's looking on, go ahead and share this out. And Dr. Paul, I know you're sharing this out across your platforms. And so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm sharing some more, and make sure as many people can see this book, because it's without question, the children have just gone back to school. And doctor, you know for yourself that a lot of times when children are first going back to school, they're running into other students, sometimes higher grades than them, sometimes even in the same grades, and they're feeling like they need to live up to the expectation of others. So this book has come in a timely way. And so I'd like to talk to you about what you're doing as far as going out to the schools, whether it's in New York or North Carolina, DC, or anywhere else where you're sharing your book. Because I think you got a book launch this week, in fact, and I think you had one yesterday where you were debuting the book in person.
Yes. I actually was speaking at a school in New York, and I spoke at the school. And while I was speaking, my goal was to try to touch as many kids as I could. And I have some others coming up. And I'll talk about the one that I just had. But next week, I'll be in DC at the Black Congressional Caucus. And I believe actually, I've been given some main stage time on a discussion, and also they're having me do a podcast episode about the good me and the hood me, and they're also having me do the gutter to greatness. I have a panel discussion about that, so I'm getting they're giving me a lot of time, so I appreciate that at a very large global opportunity. With that being said, what really means the most to me is when I can really get in front of kids like I was yesterday, and in front of kids in multiple classrooms of kids. And what we did is we talked about what the content was. We helped them to understand it. And then we were able to read the book. And then we had a question and answer sessions that connected it all for them. And really, there was some phenomenal testimonials that came out of it from the CEO and from the principal, and how the teachers, when we were leaving the room, they wanted to they wanted to know when I was coming back. They wanted to know when I was coming back to address the kids and work with the kids again, because the kids were talking about what they learned, and the kids were excited about the content and just the opportunity to identify and with a story that resonated with them, but also use it to develop their knowledge, because they said it also connected to some of the other genres of literature that they were reading. And so they were able to make those connections to expand upon what the kids are doing.
That's phenomenal. And down below, folks, you see we have you can have Dr. Miller come to your school, come to your church, come to your association, wherever you have a boys and girls club, anywhere you have children and you're doing great work with them, you can invite Dr. Miller to come to your location. And so, Dr. Miller, let's get right into it. We're going to take a quick break and get right into your promotional video here. And while we're doing that, folks, we want you to go ahead and share this information along the way. And we see Emilio Roman out of New Jersey. He said, hello,
hey,
Invite
Emilio.
family.
How you doing there, sir?
Hey, Roman, go ahead and share this out. Thank you so much. So, folks, we'll be right back.
Today is the day. Welcome to the launch of the Good Me and the Hood Me paperback and hardback editions. This groundbreaking new book opens the door to an internal dialogue that so many young boys face, but few know how to express. This is more than a children's book. It's a movement, a conversation starter, and a healing tool. Thank you for making the book an Amazon #1 bestseller. Get your paperback and hardback copy now. Visit Amazon or scan the QR codes and grab your copy today.
Wow, that's awesome. So listen, folks, you definitely want to get this book. And so I know you might be saying, I want a copy, but I want a copy that I can have a signature. So, Doc, if they want a signature copy, what's the best place or the best way for people to get a signature copy from you? Because of course they can go right to Amazon and get it. You can get it in Kindle, you can get it in a hardcover, and you can get it in a paperback cover. Wow, Doc, you're not leaving anybody out, are you?
Nope.
You can grab this book and you can grab it today. Very affordable.
Yeah. So if they go to the goodmeandhoodme.com, they can order it there, and we can get you a copy that's signed. We can get you a copy that's signed, and I would love to and be honored to sign the copy as you read this, because this book has the opportunity to really change and transform kids' lives the same way that there was a book that was similar to the transformation that I was needed. Because what they will see, Dr. Lotus, here in this book, it's about hearing the two voices. As you can see on that picture there's the good angel and the bad angel, right? So we all have those. So we got the good me and the hood me that's on your shoulder. And even whether you're an adult, there's some adults out there, Dr. Lotus, that there's some of my brothers out there, which, no judgment, but was getting ready to go cheat on their wives or their girlfriends, and they heard the good voice tell them, don't go do it. And they did it anyways. They turned that voice down and they listened to the bad voice. And so, but one choice can equal a consequence that will last a lifetime. And so this book is about understanding those two voices, and how do you turn down that bad voice and listen to the good voice so that you can be exactly who you're supposed to be and do what's wanted for you as you shift into your greatness. And so that's what we're here talking about with our kids is really about. It's about choices, and you have the ability to hear the voice and hear that good voice inside of you to do what you need to do. So to be the best person possible. And I like to call that good voice the God voice too, because God's planting that voice inside of you the same way I heard, write this kid's book. Y'all hear what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. And you just need to listen.
Right. I really like that you say that, because first of all, let me say this. You said, you prefaced it with no judgment. no judgment. And I like that you say that, because a lot of times when people are able to change their life, because all of us have done things maybe that we're not proud of, but when we change our lives, we don't want to come across as judgmental of others. And I like that you said that right off the jump, no judgment. But this book not only is not going to judge kids or adults, because this book, like the life lessons in this book, like you said, is really not just for kids too. Adults can really learn from this book as well. So with that being shared, I know that the schools are wanting you to come. I know that the Black Caucus is wanting you to come. Have you thought about also going into some of the churches? Because in the
Absolutely.
churches, we have people teaching Sunday school, and we have the children there, and we have the adults there. What are your thoughts about that?
I talked to. I just had a conversation with a pastor yesterday. That we had that conversation, and I told them that I would love to come for that opportunity to help spread the message. And it actually was, if you're out there, Pastor Fred Johnson over at First Genesis, we were having this conversation yesterday. So just so people don't think I'm making it up, right?
All right.
So no, that's something that's also in the making. I'm open to it because, again, transparently, there's a huge tone of listening to God's voice. So it definitely will line up with folks that are spiritual. Now it doesn't tell you what you need to call God or who your higher power may be. So it's very non-denominational, but it is saying that we need to listen to our higher power, and that God is inside of us, and that we need to start hearing what he's saying so we can live in his purpose. And so that's a lot of what this book is about. So it's very appropriate for churches. What's fascinating to me is that someone said, they gave me an idea, which is kind of stuck with me, is to almost use the kids' book to basically as a presentation to explain from the gutter to greatness, because adults will almost understand it better because it's complex enough, but it's simple enough that kids understand it. So our adults will probably get the message even sooner when they read the Good Me and the Hood Me, and then want to dive into the larger version of From the Gutter to Greatness.
Right. I like that. And here's the thing. I really think that's a good thing, because I personally have From the Gutter to Greatness. And I got to tell you, what you said is spot on, because they can understand and they will understand it. And I tell you, we'll talk offline. I got an idea for you to even enhance that idea. And so I see Daniela, she's there. Miss Holmes Bridget. She says, I love the title. This is good. I thank God for saving this hood girl. Yes. So listen, make sure you get the book. Have you gotten the book yet, Danielle? If you haven't, you can go ahead and grab the book today. And this is going to take me back around to the question I asked earlier. Doc, how can a person, I know they can get it on Amazon, and I know they can also get it on your website. But how can a person also get a copy whereby they can get it autographed? Because I know you're sending an autographed copy out to a young man that requested this when he heard you speak this weekend at the Ignite Your Life for Life Summit When Men Exhale.
No, absolutely. So that when you order from the Good Me and the hoodme.com, I have the ability to send you a personalized copy. So I would be honored and blessed to be able to do that. If you go to the Good Me and the hoodme.com, you have the ability to order, and we will get you signed up, and I will get you a signed copy. I'm excited because that young man wanted a copy after hearing me speak. So I'm hoping that I said something that touched him and resonated, and that I'm going to give him a copy that I hope that he takes with him, and that it helps and supports him on his life journeys. Like I had a conversation. I was setting up another engagement on, I believe, on the 7th of October to speak to 7th and 8th graders. And, I'm going to give them a similar conversation and also share the book and read the book and some of the other things that's going on. And, I expressed to them that, that this is the message is going to be transformative for kids. And they're really excited too. It's going to be, I believe, a few hundred 7th and 8th graders that I'm going to speak to.
Well, I can't wait. I know you're going to be having a lot of opportunity, and we're looking to bring you here to the schools here in DC. I do a lot of work in the DMV area as well, and so we're looking forward to bringing you there. And so, by the way, folks, if you're wondering where to get the book and you want that copy, there's a link right there. You can go ahead and get that. But since we have one more thing to share with you, I want to share this with you, and we don't own the rights to this, but check this out.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for your support. Thank you for purchasing my other books. But I got a banger for you. I got a classic that's coming out. It is a kid's book that's transformative. It is The Good Me and the Hood Me. And so I'm on my Miss Rachel today. Okay. So as you see, I'm on Miss Rachel today. This is for the babies. This is for the kids. And I can't say it more that this is going to be transformative. Kids are going to learn from this book and identify on who they are and who they want to be. Do they want to be the good them, or do they want to be the hood them? They're going to hear the voice, and then they're going to be able to pick a side and choose with their identity of who they really are and who they're meant to be. But this book is going to help them get there. It's going to help them transform and go from that hood them to the good them, right? This book is out for pre-sale right now. You don't want to miss this because it's flying off the shelves. Go get it right now. Go get it, because the good them is going to win out, because they will transform into who they are meant to be. Start listening to that voice, but it's going to start with reading this book. Go get your copy right now. The title is The Good Me and the Hood Me.
All right. I absolutely love that video that you did. It was amazing. And so, look, folks, we just wanted to come in front of you for a little while today. And hey, Kim, I see you, Kim. What a fantastic name for a book. Very eye-catching. Yes, Kim. And let's go ahead and get him on your show. If you have a show and you want to have him on your show, introduce him to children at your schools or wherever you work, please make sure you connect with him on Facebook. You can connect with Dr. Paul Miller on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and you can also DM him. And don't forget to be sure to go to his website. Go to his website, The Hood Me and the Good Me, and make sure you get a good copy of this great book. Okay, make sure you do that. And so with that being said, I just want to say, Dr. Miller, we absolutely love and appreciate you. We were doing pre-order copies for him, and it drove it up. I mean, his book hit #1 bestseller multiple times. And so we just want to thank you. You can go right to the link that I put in the chat and go ahead and grab your copy today. So we thank you. So with no further ado, Dr. Miller, the last word is to you.
I just want to thank everybody for the support and understand that this is about transformation for kids and change and growth. And if you would like to allow me to be a part of your kids' lives and your schools and their education, please contact me, and I would graciously love to be a part of that and support your child's growth and development, because this is about helping them go from the hood them to the good them.
Fantastic. So with no further ado, Dr. Paul Miller, we're always happy to have you here. And so each and every one out there, make sure you share this broadcast, and we'll be running this again this evening, and grab your copy today. Until we meet again, be blessed, don't stress, do your best, and don't take no mess as you ignite and take flight in books to boom your business for life. See ya.
Thank you for watching the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. And we'll see you on the next episode of Books to Boom Your Business. If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at lotus@lotusricheignitesyou.com. Books to Boom Your Business brings to you authors, speakers, entrepreneurs who have powerful books that will make and keep your business and your personal lives booming.